up, guys, and welcome back to the It's Just Us podcast.
Hello.
We're back as a duo, okay? Imani's back from the flu. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling alive,
Yeah.
kicking.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah,
I actually
always.
felt really like, I just felt really sad that
Listen, the picture
Bro, I
was
was bare in a
you
fire,
were
man.
you were spiritually here. The picture
Dying.
was there. We had to do a placeholder. We
Guys,
couldn't just have an empty spot.
I'm already talking to our guest, I don't know who it is, but she had a picture of me just like as if I died. Like she was just like as if I died. She carried on going.
Listen, the show must go on. So like I had to do a solo episode, but I
crazy.
just had to do the picture just to give it effect.
Yeah. I appreciate the involvement still. But yeah.
Guys, as you can tell, we have two incredible guests on the pod today. You know what? I want to give them an introduction, but at the same time, I want them to also introduce themselves because they have so much to them. They are two incredibly inspiring females who not only are award winners, okay, for entry-level mums, but also have inspired thousands of mums potentially across the globe, helping them with postpartum, just motherhood, and just being a woman in general. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless their journey and inshallah to more barakah and more blessings. So with further ado, let's all give a round of applause for entry-level mums. Woo! Guys, thank you so much for coming on the pod. This has been a collaboration that we've been wanting for a hot minute. Just FYI, like it's been a minute because we met you at the Muslim Women's Award when you actually won your award. Firstly, Allahumma barak and congratulations for that. Amazing. And when we met you, we were like, we need you on the pod ASAP. Because the vibes were just there, you know, the energy was there.
And I'm not gonna lie, I remember I stopped you guys because I was like, outfits are going crazy.
Imani, let's talk about Imani.
Imani,
It was insane.
that outfit
I was
is
like,
so hard.
It's so hard.
Allahumma barik.
Allahumma barik.
And then you said to
Allahumma
me, someone else is wearing it, but in black. I was like, I didn't even notice them. I didn't even see that outfit. Until this day, I don't even know who that is. I didn't even see that
barik.
person.
I didn't know someone was wearing the same thing in black. Swear.
I didn't even see them.
You know what? They probably Allahumma barik looked great, but the white was a
you
moment.
guys,
The white was a moment. The white
Let
was
me
a
tell you
moment.
something. It was so nice that's something that I can see myself wearing for like my, you know, like bridal party.
Yes.
You know, like and get like
Listen. If we copy you at any point, just mind your business.
Babe, I'm
Do you know what I mean?
honoured. What
Mind
do
your
you mean?
business, like-
No, but I remember our interaction, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" Like, I need to speak to them, and that's before I knew that you guys even had a pod.
Yeah.
I was just like, you know, when you have the really wholesome encounters with another
Yeah.
human being that's a
bless
stranger
you.
at the time,
Yeah.
and then you're like, "Oh my god!" If that's my only encounter with them that night, they've actually left a mark.
Yeah.
And wallah, I'm genuinely meaning
Stop it.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. So this is even more than I could ask for. So
Alhamdulillah, always.
so to be cheesy, guys, you know how I get.
Not us
and we had
starting
a
on
really
a
beautiful
soft and emotional
conversation.
note, and it's only 1 minute into the pod, guys. Goddamn, you guys are in for a ride, FYI.
Introduce yourself.
Exactly. So entry level mums, like,
Go for it.
tell us.
Okay, so my name is Suya. I am one half of the Entry Level Mums podcast. And how much do you guys want me to say? Oh, sorry. I've got 2 kids. Shout outs to them. Shout outs to Jenna and Adam. I've got 2 kids. My eldest is 4. She just started
Mashallah.
reception, and I've got a son who's almost 2.
Oh, mashallah.
And they're both pretty much Ramadan babies. Let's just say that they were both born in March.
So tell me
Allahumma
what we're
barik.
doing today.
Exactly. It's a Ramadan special
No
episode.
parties this year. Sorry, Jenna and Adam.
How about you? Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Nasra. Again, half of Entry Level Mums podcast. I have one daughter. She's 6. She just turned 6 recently. Yeah, I don't know. Other than that, I'm on
just
vibes.
vibing.
I'm just on
Yeah.
vibes. I'm just on vibes, man.
Well, let's just say that when you obviously won the Muslim Women's Award, it wasn't just for anything. It was because you've made an impact, a really big impact. So we just want to firstly take it back to the beginning of how did you guys actually meet? Like, did you meet through the podcast, or are you like childhood friends? Like, we want to know the tea.
you
the
know.
backstory.
Chemistry is crazy.
Exactly.
No,
I need
for
to
real.
know.
For
Like,
real.
And you'll be surprised.
No, but she
at how
literally
we
my
met.
other half. Like, I be telling people I have an other half.
Yeah,
so
of
we are,
course.
bro.
But you know, friends turn into sisters, you know?
No, for
like,
real.
friends really
For
do turn
real.
into sisters. They say that you can really get, like, super, super close with your best friend.
Yeah.
sometimes more than your actual like family, if that makes sense. SubhanAllah. So
you too as well. You guys' chemistry is on point as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it's crazy to think that like, so you did you meet like recently? What's
do
the
you
story?
want to tell it or shall I?
Okay, so I used to have a blog. I used to be a writer.
Oh, amazing.
She still is a writer.
Yeah.
But I kind of just put it on the back burner for now. But it's gonna come back.
You'll
Inshallah.
never not be a writer. You're a writer for life.
Yeah,
Period.
that's true. I used to have a blog where I used to just write about my experiences, and so obviously I wrote about like how I met my husband and like all of that stuff. I wrote about my traveling experiences. Obviously, when I got pregnant, I didn't really hide it. Like I was posting on my stories. I was like, this trimester I'm going through this. Yeah. I was doing blog posts like each trimester. I was writing about it, and Nasra used to follow me on Instagram. We had never met at this point, bear in mind.
Yeah.
She was just a follower, right?
Oi! I was a fan.
Sorry, man, sorry. That's not mad.
I'm joking.
So Nasra, bless her, she used to like pop up to my stories and like we DM each other, go back and forth. And obviously at that point, like she had her baby. Her baby's like a year older than Jenna.
Yeah.
So when I was going through the pregnancy, she was always going back and forth with me. And then finally the baby came. And bear in mind, my pregnancy was very smooth. I didn't have any issues mentally. Alhamdulillah. No nausea.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like romanticizing motherhood a little bit. I was thinking, I got this. I was thinking, this is the kind of parent I want to be. And blah. I thought it'd be a walk in the park.
Yeah.
Anyways, the baby comes now. I had the most awful emergency C-section recovery. Like it was so bad I couldn't walk for weeks. And then my mental health took a hit. So then now postpartum kind of like hit me like a ton of bricks. Like my mental health was in the gutter.
Yeah.
And still during this time, Nasra was still that person that I would message.
Yeah.
And we'd go back and forth.
You felt there was like a safe space there for you to kind of open up and
I
definitely
felt more comfortable talking to Nasra than I did with like my own husband and my sister and my mum, because they were the closest to me. I didn't want them to really see how sad I was.
Yeah.
So I decided, okay, I'm going to write a blog post about postpartum depression. And that's when I said to Nasra, let's meet up.
Yeah.
And maybe you can take it from there.
Okay.
Just like my turn.
So when we met up, we went to some dessert spot and we sat there for like...
Sparks are flying.
No, we literally sat there for 4 hours.
Yeah,
Oh,
literally.
I love that.
And we did not stop talking for 4 hours. Well, I was talking, I was waffling a lot and I was crying.
Yeah.
And then I was like, there was so much like emotion in that room. Like, it was crazy. So we recorded it all on like was it on your
my
phone?
phone, yeah.
She recorded it on her phone and then she like listened to it back the whole 4 hours. So we
Pretty much.
Damn.
and then wrote it up into
Yeah.
the most incredible blog post, and then she released it, she posted it, and we had messages, or we had collectively messages from people all over the world who were like, oh my god, we didn't know that like that Somali women were able to talk about stuff like this. They were like, oh my god, like you've highlighted something that I didn't even know like I was experiencing, right? So then after that, me and Soya were like, oh, that it was, we felt really good about the blog post, isn't it? And then we just kept talking and we didn't stop talking. And then one day I said to her,
Screw it.
what if we started like a
Create
YouTube
podcast.
channel?
Yeah, or a
What if
YouTube
we
channel.
like filmed this? I'm sure there's other, and then I was like, wait, let's look for creators let's look for creators who are already talking about this, right? And then we couldn't find any. Like there was nobody who was being honest about motherhood, like
I
at
think
all.
the only one person I could think of was Ria Ellen at the time on YouTube.
Yeah.
But everyone else was very much like...
It was more like family vlogs.
Yeah.
And kind of like...
And people you couldn't relate to.
Exactly.
Yes.
We
They
couldn't
glamorized everything.
Exactly.
We couldn't relate
Yeah.
to non-Muslim women who are talking about, I'm going to, pump and then dump so that I can drink wine. Like,
It's a
I
shame.
can't relate to that.
It's a shame that culturally we're brought up to think that we can't openly express this online, because you're going to get people being like, for example, it's like when you talk about a period. Like that is, subhanallah, a thing that Allah has gifted us.
Yes.
We are able to gain reward through it. We are able to benefit from a period. We take a break from salah. We take a break from fasting. Everything's beneficial. So we vocalize it, but then we also get ashamed at the same time. Why are you talking about a period online? And that's it's a cultural thing. It's a cultural thing. And
it's
I
a
think
shame tactic, isn't
exactly.
it? Like,
and I
they
think that's what's
shame
happened to you
into
guys.
Submission.
Exactly.
So like in our community, Like there was no Somali women who were making YouTube channel like videos or anything. Like there was no podcasts around. There was nothing. Remember?
Yeah.
And then I remember saying to Sawia, "Why don't we give it a shot?" And Sawia said, "Respectfully, I'm an introvert." That's what she
Calm
said.
down.
Respectfully, I'm an introvert. That's not really my thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right then. I was a bit sad. I was like, all right, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then she came back to me like a week later and was like, you know what? I'm gonna step out of my comfort zone. Fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
Sorry, astaghfirullah. She was like,
Sorry.
bun it, let's do it. Yeah. And then we did it. And then we planned it for 6 months. And then after that, like, we started filming in her mum's office. Shouts to Suya's mum.
Yeah. Shout out Khala.
Literally, we filmed in her office for I don't even know how many episodes we did. It was a lot.
How did you guys do it? Like, did you have mics? Did you have a camera?
So
what were you using?
Luckily, we had 2 cameras.
She had, I didn't. You had the cameras, but we bought the mics. That's all we did.
Yeah, but we never connected them to anything because we didn't know how
put it
any
in
of
effect.
we didn't know how any of this worked. You know?
Guys,
Yeah.
Just like pops, like
No, for real.
If you go
Props.
back to the early episodes, please don't. It's embarrassing. If you go back to the early episodes, you'll see that I've got a mic there, but it's not connected.
It's not connected
Nah, you know
to
what?
anyone.
Everyone starts somewhere.
coming from. But you know what? That is such a humble beginning, and that's
Exactly.
what everyone always loves to see the journey.
Yeah.
The way we started, we had road mics
You got
on
two
our
gas mics.
Oh,
on
no
our
way.
thingy. Yeah, we were like, but the thing is, they weren't actual podcast mics. We had them because we were already like content creating. But it's something that you just got to do to make it start. Because like, yeah, you can make dua for something. Yeah, you can manifest something, but tie your camel, guys,
Just
and then when
start.
you do it and just start,
And you will learn
Yeah,
and you'll
that's
get better.
exactly
Yeah.
exactly.
No one
100%.
starts
That's so
off
inspiring.
in a production studio with
No,
microphone.
man.
No one
Exactly.
starts off like that.
Exactly. And that's a huge
Yeah.
lesson for people that are just starting or like manifesting or making dua for like content creating, podcasting, whatever you want to call it. Like just do the most simplest thing and do as much as you can physically do, financially, physically. And then like everything flows. You'll be able to get the finances in eventually
Yeah.
through success and obviously
Yeah.
through growth. And then it just goes from there. So yeah, I
It's
love
a fear,
how,
isn't it?
Yeah. And you guys didn't put pressure on yourselves. You were just like, fuck it, let's just do it.
Yeah,
And
no,
then
for real.
you went
When we
through it.
started, we were like, let's
How
just
many
do
years
it.
have you guys been doing the pod for?
Oh my God.
Since 2022, it'll be 4 years in February.
I love
It'll
how
be
romantic.
4 years on Valentine's Day.
Hey,
Amazing.
that's so romantic, man.
Yeah. Right?
That is
Told you my other
the
half.
love
No,
of
no,
sisterhood, motherhood,
Exactly.
femalehood.
Yeah,
What's crazy,
exactly.
yeah? After that interview I did with her,
Yeah.
we were walking back to the station, I remember. And I remember just thinking to myself, like, she's going to stick around for a while. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when you just know, like, this is not a one-off, okay?
Yeah.
Stop it. I'm going to cry.
And obviously at that point, I didn't know about this whole podcast idea, but I knew Nusra was going to be a friend of mine. I knew.
You know
Of
what? I
course.
think as humans, you do have that instinctual like feeling.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Like, and then I don't know. I'm the kind of person. I'm like, I really hope they do. You know what I mean? Like you're like, oh, nothing promised, but I'm like, you know what? That was a really good soul. That I had a
Yeah,
chance to,
of
like,
course.
pass with. And then
Because it's not often you meet them, isn't it?
yeah, the older you get, the more harder it gets
It
as well
is,
to actually
it
connect
is.
with people on a deeper level and
Exactly.
actually think, okay, you know what? Like, are you at the same stage of life as me? Can you still relate to me?
Exactly, yeah.
So when you see a good one,
Yeah.
you gotta keep him.
Yeah.
Facts.
Our religion teaches us, it literally teaches us that people walk into our lives at certain times
Yeah,
for
the
a
path,
reason.
100%.
Yeah.
So subhanAllah, even like the follow that you had on her blog was for a reason. Like everything's for
I
a
could have
reason.
imagined if I asked someone else, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be here right
it wouldn't
now.
it wouldn't have felt right. you
So
know?
mad, isn't
It's
it?
so
Yeah.
mad because like
SubhanAllah.
when I actually think about it, sometimes I think to myself, if it wasn't for meeting Nusra and starting ELM, it probably low-key saved my life, saved my sanity.
Yeah.
Because
Especially at that period of your life
I
as well,
was
right?
in the gutter at that moment. And
Yeah.
Entrylevelmums and coming out of my house and recording and talking about it, it was like therapeutic. It
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
helped me.
It was therapy.
Over time.
For real.
It was the therapy that you guys needed. Let's go into, of course, the postpartum, because that is a topic that a lot of women, you know, so they struggle with it, but they don't know how to either vocalize it, or they don't have, like, for example, the knowledge that there's podcasts like Entry Level Mum out there to kind of assist. So, like, it feels like you're almost in like survival mode, isn't it? When you're doing postpartum, like you're feeling very low. Obviously, you know, we don't have that experience, but I've seen it. I saw it in my
inshallah.
sister. Yeah, inshallah. Obviously, I saw it in my sister. She struggled. Like my friends that I've also recently given birth, they have struggled. What's one thing that really like kind of anchored you through that process of postpartum? Like what helped you kind of deal with the battles and really like pushed you through and keep on going and going through the days?
That is a very good question.
And I feel like that's a very like vast and like broad question as well.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
With postpartum, yeah, I don't know if I can even tell you how I came out of it the first time around.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, that I think maybe the podcast helped me get out of the house. It helped me focus on something outside of motherhood, even though we're talking about motherhood, but it was still something that I was doing and something that I was interested in outside of doing the laundry, burping, nappies.
Of course.
Something for you.
Something
Is it the
me.
feeling of just like feeling stuck in the same routine? Because obviously
Yes.
you know
It's
you've
real
got
bad.
the biggest blessing, but at the same time it's like, will I be able to do this now? Will I be able to?
Like
Is
the
it that
identity
cycle?
loss?
No.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the identity loss is definitely a big part of it. Like, we have a whole episode on identity loss that we've been speaking about it for the last, like, 4 years.
Yeah.
It's mad. But I think it's the like, how mundane it is. Like, you know when you're in school and you're, like, revising or you're studying for a test and you're staying up late and, you're really trying to get this one thing.
Yeah.
It's not a permanent feeling because you know you're going to do the exam, you're going to forget about it tomorrow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is like, you're staying awake, you're changing nappies, you're feeding, and it almost in that moment feels like there's no end. But it's irrational because in your brain, you're so sleep deprived, you don't realize that this isn't going to be forever, only for like maybe like a year or 2 years that I'm going to be doing this, and they're going to be small and then they're going to grow up.
They're going to grow up.
But
yeah.
Growing up is not 3 months away. It's not 4 months away. It's not a year away. It feels so far away that your brain starts to like lose it. Like you start to lose it a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's just the repetition of the tasks and then the crying and then you can't sleep. And there's so many things in that. Like maybe your husband has to go work and you're doing it all on your own.
Yeah.
You know, maybe your mum lives far away. Maybe you're isolated. Maybe you're nowhere near your support system. And maybe you're the first one out of all your friends to have a kid.
Yeah.
Maybe like no one else can relate. No one understands. You just feel, it's like every thought just makes you feel more and more and more alone. Like it's mad.
Yeah.
And that will mess with anyone.
SubhanAllah. It's actually really fascinating to hear all of this because from an external point of view, when I saw like, for example, a couple of my friends or like my sister, you just see a brave face. You literally just see a brave face.
Because of the shame that is attached to it. Like,
And they seem like they're just so good at doing it all. Like, as in, you never see them break down. You never see them, like, they might just say, oh, I haven't slept. But they're still functioning as normal. Do you know what I mean? As in, like, normal, quote unquote, but like they're functioning, doing, like, they're still changing the nappy, they're still feeding, they're still checking, like, and it's like, it's almost somewhat perfectionism. In some ways, would you say?
I mean, you get good at something you do a million times, isn't it? You get really good at changing a nappy.
Yeah.
And also, the last thing you want is for someone, like, you don't want to feel judged and you don't want people to... This is what a mother will feel. She will feel like if she is too honest and she says, guys, I'm going through it. Guys, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I'm capable of being a mum. You're going to assume that people are going to see you as like a bad mum or like you're not fit to be a mum.
Yeah.
Or you don't deserve this child.
It's that fear of judgment. And that's why most of the time mothers, they just put on a mask and they just like, yeah, I got this. But like deep down they're crumbling and, you know. So,
and I think
it's
as a
really hard.
Muslimah, like it's one of them ones where you think, all right, okay, Allah has blessed us with me. Cool. It's a test. We're going to go through this. We're going to get through this. Like, it's fine. Like, this is a blessing. But it's like, yes, we believe in it. But at the same time, it's kind of like, it's so hard to believe it at the same time. Like, it's you know that it's a blessing and you know it's a test. But at the same time, it's like, oh my gosh, like, I'm saying this out loud and I'm trying to believe it so much. But at the same time, it's kind of like, it's hard. Like, it's so hard. It's really, I think with this topic, what I love about your podcast is that you vocalize your emotions and what it's actually like so well, because obviously you guys have gone through it. For someone like me who's viewed it from an external point of view or just has no clue, gosh, it's actually impossible to even kind of like describe what it will be like, because it's such a wave of emotions. And it's not just about, oh, your iman like kind of dips and then goes back up and it's fine. And it's like easier said than done. Like you're a woman and you're going through, and it's like hormones and it's all sorts. Like it must have been a lot. But one thing I do want to actually touch on, like, obviously, you know, you're a Muslim and that is a big part of who you guys are, is did that actually bring you closer to your religion? Like talk to us about your iman journey and what that was like.
That's why they say your mum, innit?
Yeah.
That's why it's your
That's why
mum
Jenna
3
lies under
times.
your
That's
feet,
why
bro.
Jenna is under my feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was only after my first child, where I was like, oh, I get it now, man.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, especially with the C-section, the pain that I was in, and my mom was sleeping on the same bed as me, and she was getting up to look after me. Right, my mom's looking after me.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't, like, I needed to go to the toilet after you give birth. You get up to go to the toilet bare times.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
if it
yeah.
happened to
My
you
mum
as
had a
well.
shower straight away, you know. She was
I
like,
had a shower straight
she
away
was
as
like,
well.
I can't be in all of this.
Yeah.
Because
too
my
messy.
grandma was like from back home. She was like, did you just give birth and all your liquids are just like dripping on the floor and just going? And mum was like, yeah.
Yeah, my mum dashed me in the shower like 2 hours after I gave birth. She was
Yeah.
like, get in there right now. And she
Yeah.
legit scrubbed me down and I was shaking like you know, like shaking uncontrollably. You know how
Yeah.
you had the shakes after your C-section?
Yeah.
I had like severe shakes in that. I felt like I
Body
couldn't
went
breathe.
through
I was like,
trauma, yeah.
I was like, I couldn't breathe. Like my
Is it-
body was freaking out.
Yeah, because obviously, like your body's gone through something that a normal human being, like not normal human being, that's the wrong word, but kind of like a human being on a day, like a random day, can't physically go through.
Yeah.
Like
But
you
it's
went
prep
through
for it for 9 months.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
you knew what you were doing.
Yeah. the shakes, was it like anxiety? Like what was going through your
Well, they
head?
just said the body just went through a shock.
My
to
body
state.
just
Yeah.
bugged out. Like my mum stuck
Yeah.
me in the shower. She put hot water on me, and obviously culturally, my mum did this thing where she would cover me in olive oil head to toe.
Okay.
Oh wow.
And then
Okay.
she will boil hot water in a kettle and put it in a bucket with a bit of cold water, but mostly hot water. Wring a towel in it
Oh,
and then dash
scrub
the
you.
towel
Yeah,
on me.
yeah.
And like she covered me in hot towels. Like she said, because you need to keep your heat in. Because everywhere, like all your places are open.
Okay.
Especially your womb. She
Yeah.
goes, you don't want the cold to get in there. So she covered me every day for like, was it like 2 weeks in
feels
like
nice though, innit?
no, but it burns.
Oh,
but then because she put the olive oil, it doesn't burn as much.
Yeah.
So it was
I was
really
gonna say
nice.
putting oil and then hot water. I would have imagined it would have left a bit of a burn. But
It actually
subhanAllah,
created
didn't.
like a barrier.
Oh,
It
wow.
didn't burn my
Must have
skin.
been soft as well.
Isn't it?
That
Yeah.
was, and I felt really good after every time.
Yeah.
The first time I was like, I don't want to do this. The second time I was like, I don't want to do this. The third time I was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
After about a week, I was like, is it?
do it.
Let's go again. Where's the hot water?
I bet the last
sauna,
session.
if you think
Yeah.
about it,
Exactly, it's like a
No,
sauna.
but you're right about Islam. Like it does bring you back to the deen, like
Yeah.
a lot, because it makes you want to know what the rewards are for mums.
Exactly.
It makes you want to know, like
This is why
Yeah.
even when women pass away
Yeah.
at that moment and they go to like we
They
say
go,
go,
yeah,
it's because
they
of
do.
the pain that they've just
they don't get
Yeah.
adab al qabr.
Experience.
They don't get the punishment
Yeah.
of the grave, because you're
Yeah.
already halfway, half and half. At one point, I said to my mum, "I'm gonna die today,"
Oh my
and
god.
like
During
you
labour?
really feel like you're
Hey.
gonna die. And I said to her, "Hoya, I'm dying. Like I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Tell everyone I forgive them. Tell them I love them. Please look after my baby." Like that's literally I felt like I was on my deathbed. It's crazy.
Labour is wild.
It's
Tell
mad, innit?
us about your labour situation. So you had a lot of pain in yours.
Mate.
It wasn't smooth, or
I
was
was
it
so I
smooth?
was induced because my
Okay.
daughter was late. Like she was in there for 2 weeks extra.
Yeah.
And then the hospitals, hopefully now, 6 years later, they don't do this anymore. But they told me that if I had left her in there for longer than 2 weeks, there's a 90% chance she'll die. So they forced me to induce, basically. Like
Yeah.
I took the induction because of that.
Yeah.
And then I was in a lot of pain from when they put a pessary inside you and they like put it to the side of your cervix and then it kicks off your contractions. I went from 0 to like 1,000 contractions.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
real
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
And then I went to the hospital. I was in the hospital all night. They slowed down my contractions with an injection because it was happening too fast. And then my body was freaking out as well. So they slowed it down. And then by the next day in the morning, they broke my waters. And again, contractions on 1,000. It was real bad.
Yeah.
Like I can't even describe the pain. That's how bad it is. Like you can't describe it. But in the moment, like Allah makes you forget it after it happens. You know
I
what
was
I mean?
gonna ask, like, when obviously you had your beautiful girl.
Yeah.
Were you like wait, what happened? Like, what was your state of mind
I was
like?
asleep. I was out of it. Like, I
Yeah.
hadn't slept for like 2 days. I
You
was
were
really
you were in
tired. I
pain,
was hungry. Like, it was
exhausted.
really bad.
Yeah.
I was so exhausted. They didn't let me eat while I was in labor, which is another thing you shouldn't do. They didn't let me drink. Like, they
You're
gave
not
me
meant to
liquids.
eat when you're in labor.
You are meant to eat during
Oh.
labor. Like, you need fuel. You're essentially you're doing like a million exercises at the same time.
And they didn't
Like,
give you food.
They didn't
like,
give me no food. I was starving.
Yeah.
I had no energy. Like, it was real bad.
Yeah.
And then after I gave birth to her, but mine was a natural birth. Even though they tried to force me to do a C-section.
Yeah.
And they tried to look for any excuse because they just didn't want to deal with me. Which I understand. I was jarring. I get it.
but you were also
I'm giving birth.
contracting like crazy.
If
so
you've decided that you want to be a midwife, you're gonna deal with jarring people.
Yeah.
That's the job you
Crazy.
chose. I didn't choose that job for you. I didn't put you there.
Exactly.
So yeah, I was jarring, but
she's looking in the lens as well.
that's
be like,
the
I
job
don't
you
know,
chose,
guys.
bro. That's the job you chose. Not my business. Not my problem. So no, I screamed down the whole ward. Luckily, I gave birth in January, and they say that the most busiest period is September.
Okay,
Because everybody's getting pregnant in Christmas and everybody's getting pregnant in
Say no
Valentine's
more.
Day. So nine months after those days, yeah, just know it's going to be packed in there.
Yeah, okay.
So it was pretty chilled in there.
Okay, alhamdulillah.
Nobody was in there in January. It was great.
Yeah, yeah.
And then after I gave birth, it was a lot. Like the recovery process, it was very brutal. Like when your womb starts going back to, so I don't know if you know much about it, but your womb goes to like this big when you're pregnant, and when you're like at the end, it has to then contract to go back smaller, back to like this big. So as it's contracting, you're also bleeding, but the pains are mad.
Yeah.
It's like a period pain on steroids, isn't it, Suya?
The way I'm holding my
In
stomach
it,
right
I'm
now.
literally like
it's a period pain on
Guys,
steroids.
The period pains, is just the
Nothing.
beginning.
Wallahi.
It's just the early stages of contractions. That's what you feel. Because I remember before the emergency C-section, obviously, I was induced. They said, listen, sis, you've got high blood pressure, preeclampsia, baby's coming out today. I said,
Yeah.
literally had to run to
Can you
Asda and
explain
get
what
the-
preeclampsia is?
So preeclampsia is...
I've heard of it, but I don't know the
So
depth.
preeclampsia is basically if you have a combination of high blood pressure, protein in your urine, which I had, and the baby is not growing. If you have a combination of all those three, it's called preeclampsia, essentially. So basically, you have to induce as soon as possible, right? So when I had all three of those situations, they were like, yeah, we're gonna literally go home and get your bag and come back.
Yeah.
Make sure you come back.
Yeah.
And it can be quite fatal for either mum or baby or both.
You weren't mentally ready, I'm assuming, as well.
The maddest thing is,
give birth that day.
when they told me all of this and they were explaining it, I was like, I couldn't even process it. It was crazy. And this was like kind of during COVID. So my mum and my husband were literally outside of the room. And I was like, I beg you, tell my mum to come in. Like, someone needs to be here with me because I don't know what you're saying.
Exactly, yeah.
At that point, that was my first time hearing about it. I didn't know what preeclampsia was.
Exactly, yeah.
My husband obviously caught wind and decided to Google it. Now he's seeing could be fatal.
Yeah.
Like, he
Damn.
now is
Panicking.
so distressed.
Yeah.
Thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna lose my wife and baby today, kind of vibe. So he was distressed. So I told my mum, you're gonna be my labor partner. And my husband was happy with that because he genuinely, like, it just kind of broke him a little bit. He was just like, I was like, I need a strong person.
Yeah. But his response
so
is so
sorry.
valid, man. Like, of course, it's scary.
Yeah, it's
So
scary. So obviously, after they induced me, I was contracting for like 12 hours. And this is when like the dean comes into it because my mom was next to me and she just kept saying, she didn't really help, but she was like, if you die right now, it's Jannah, inshallah.
Your mum is not serious. Your mum is not serious.
Read that
Bruh, she's doing all of that. And it got to a point where the pain was so bad, I was pretty much mute, guys. Some people, they're screamers, innit?
I'm
But
a
me,
screamer.
when I'm in so much pain, I don't scream, right? So I was like mooing like a cow. At some point, I was like that,
Yeah.
And my mom was next to me and she just kept saying, just say your dhikr. Remember God.
Your mum is valid. Your mum is right.
100%.
But at the same
But
time,
in
you're like,
that
mum,
moment,
I can't.
I can't even say anything back because of the pain.
Yeah.
And
So that's why she knew. That's why she had to say it then.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And my mom was so helpless, bless her.
Oh,
And
bless her.
I remember saying this on the pod as well, like, when I was going through each contraction, I could just see white.
Yeah.
Wow.
And at some point I thought it literally feels like I'm in between life and death.
It's mad.
Wow.
Genuinely.
Same.
Like I've never experienced anything like that. I was even thinking, how am I going to come out of this? Like, this is it. Like, I'm dying, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy, man.
I'm meeting my
And
maker
then
today.
you go through all of that, right? I went through the C-section now. You don't rest.
Yeah.
Straight away, the midwives are coming in saying, okay, let's do the breastfeeding. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And they're saying, this is what you need to know. Make sure this. Make sure you don't do this.
Information overload.
Information overload.
Yeah.
Sleep deprivation. Like,
Yeah.
when do you have
probably
time to
don't even
sleep?
take any of it in.
You're not taking half of that stuff
And then
in.
it's also like you can't go home and rest because it's like, now I've got a baby.
You're going straight to the
Yeah.
deep end.
Yeah.
There's no like,
Now,
you have
job
1
starts
week
today.
where you rest and then
Who you have to
become a
feed
mum.
every 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why, like, not even that, you just get the most massive, like, hormonal drop.
Yeah.
Your whole system is
Yes.
just all over the place, and people are surprised that women get depressed after a baby.
Yeah.
Do you know
But
what
you
I
know
mean?
what? I think this is why it's really, it's unfortunate that some people don't have their mums next to them or
Yeah.
their families around to kind of just like help them and
Yeah.
support them in such a difficult time. So alhamdulillah, you guys, you know, had people around you to support you guys. And, you know, I make so much dua for the people that don't have their mums, because their mums are their support systems in these kind of moments, you know. When my older sister gave birth, my mum was there. My sister only wanted my mum. My best friend also just gave birth. She only wanted her mum, subhanAllah. She only wanted to spend time with them, because that's your safe spot. That's the place where your mum gave birth to you. You're like, all right, I trust you the most because you
It does really
You help
make me
me.
have so much like love and empathy for people who don't have mums,
Yeah.
who have to
Same.
go. Like
Yes.
I always think about this, and I'm like, because even like I think the same. I'm like, I can't imagine my mum, but because I have lost a parent, I know what it's like to grieve. So I can't, as a woman, I can't fathom.
Yeah.
Like that. So if anyone's watching it and is either pregnant or has gone through pregnancy without their mum, my duas are with you.
can't
My
course.
heart is
Yeah.
with you, because it's. I
know.
do think it's also that thing of that empathy of like women understanding another woman's pain, and then on top of that, being
Yeah.
a mum yourself,
Yeah.
you're probably like
Yeah.
that protective nature. Like even the fact you're saying that your mum and your mum was like looking after you, it's like, you know, you see those videos online and you're like, they see the baby and then the parent goes to see the mum first before the
Yeah,
baby.
they're going to see their
They're
baby.
going to see their baby.
Oh, stop! You're going to make me cry.
Yeah. But it's basically it's an eye opener to you know the idea of just treasuring, you know, the people around you as much as possible. And
Honestly,
you know and it's like it's an emotional thing, but it's also like a really, you know, joyful thing as well. Like you're starting your own family too, and now you're a mom. And I think we're gonna like go into like the topic of Ramadan, because obviously Ramadan is approaching, and when you guys are watching this episode, I think potentially Ramadan would have started by now. Yeah. And out of curiosity, like obviously when it comes to Ramadan and being a mum, I'm sure that's very different to comparison of
It's mad.
the days before.
It's
So
mad.
tell us, like, what does Ramadan look for you at the moment, comparison to what it was like before?
Mum as well.
Yeah.
okay, so hey, listen.
She's like, hey, 1 second. Let me get into this.
Ramadan
Go on, girl.
used to be a time where like I used to go tarawih with my family. You know, we would be in the kitchen helping mum, and then straight after iftar, we would get in the car, all of us go to tarawih. And obviously this, because I was the first out of all my siblings to have a baby, right?
Yeah.
So like back then, when obviously no one had kids and stuff, we would sometimes even stay in the masjid all night, and like we had all the freedom, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what
And then
Ramadan's
obviously
about
I get
sometimes.
married now. The first Ramadan with just me and my husband, easy.
Yeah.
You know, small iftar, make it
Yeah.
cute, aesthetically pleasing, trying to act like
Wholesome.
wife of the year. and that.
Yeah. Gotta do what you gotta do, sis.
Yeah. And then Ramadan with children is completely different, man. Like it's like you can't go, you feel guilty because you're not going to Tarawih. Right? You feel guilty because you've been chasing this baby around all day and you didn't have time to like read the Quran, and like you start to think to yourself, am I doing Ramadan wrong? Like what's going on? Right?
Yeah.
And I remember one time I made Nasra cry on the pod because Adam, my youngest, he was born on the 3rd day of Ramadan in 2024.
Oh wow.
And I stayed with my mum. So I was there pretty much the whole of Ramadan. And I remember saying to Nasra that the second time round felt so much more peaceful. Like I wasn't like, it was much more positive generally. Like I didn't have like postpartum depression second time around. Alhamdulillah, when Adam came during Ramadan, I was telling Nasra that I didn't feel so alone at night when I was doing the feedings, because my family were all awake for suhoor.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to Nasra, Ramadan genuinely felt like a friend that was there for me at the time, and I didn't feel so alone. Because one thing with motherhood, especially with the newborn stage, there's a term called sundown scaries. Have you heard of this?
No.
So mothers start to feel anxiety when the sun goes down, because they are aware that, okay, nighttime is coming, and they feel like everyone's going to bed and it's just gonna be me and this baby up at night. So they feel alone. It's isolating. It's extremely isolating. So all those anxieties went away because of Ramadan, because I would just hear my parents go downstairs. I can hear my dad reading Quran, my brothers walking around making suhoor. I can smell the food that they eat in, and like someone's always making food, so I'd go downstairs and I would eat. I'm not fasting in it during that time, so I would just munch food.
Claim your freedom, man.
It didn't feel like I was alone, and I was just like, oh, alhamdulillah. So it's things like that. I felt like it was Allah's mercy.
I love it when you
beautiful.
said that, like Ramadan feels like a friend.
It felt like a friend to me,
Because outside of being a mum, like just you as Allah's creation, you crave, subhanAllah, you crave Ramadan when you need it the most. And like
Honestly.
it all also, subhanAllah, it always comes when you need it the most.
Yes.
So it's like you're feeling at your lowest. Oh, Ramadan's literally next month. You're feeling alone. Ramadan's next month, etc., etc. And subhanAllah, like, you know, Ramadan being that kind of like almost problem solver for this like loneliness, and you said that loneliness was a part of your postpartum, so it's kind of like Ramadan was that almost cure. It is almost like a cure to help you know, the sundown scaries.
It was
and
like a warm hug.
how beautiful is that?
It's so beautiful.
Like how insane
And it made
is
me
that?
cry when she told me. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
was
feel a
bawling
bit
my eyes out.
The whole
bawling my
household
eyes
was awake,
out.
and I'm like, I don't feel so alone. Like my dad would nip in, he would just peek in and be like, "You okay? You need a water bottle?" Like I'm just like, oh, I don't feel so alone this time. It's so
I've
nice.
really loved hearing that.
Yeah.
For me, like the Ramadan I've had my ups and downs with Ramadan.
Yeah.
As we all have.
As we all
Yeah,
have.
as we all have. But obviously, as a mum, I was saying to Sawia when she was telling me that story, I was like, last year's Ramadan was one of the best Ramadans I've had in a long time. I felt like spiritually, like so close. I felt like my iman went up. Like I felt like I actually fasted like well, alhamdulillah, the whole month, except for obviously period week. But the year before that,
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Fam,
The year
I get you.
before that-
Don't worry, babes.
No,
feel you on that one.
but it was so bad. Yeah, my daughter,
Yeah.
she wasn't sleeping too bad. Like she wasn't sleeping at night. It was bad sometimes. She was sick at one point. I was so badly sleep deprived. I had to go work. Yeah, I was at work full time, by the way. She had to go to school in the mornings. Like I was so badly sleep deprived and low energy, and I had like I couldn't even stay awake
Mental
all
health
day.
was just feeling really.
No, like I just couldn't stay awake. My body was just completely
down, yeah.
depleted. I would break my fast because I couldn't hack it. Like, wallahi, like it got to a point where I was like, I'm at work. I need to stay awake.
Yeah.
If I do not have this coffee right now, I'm going to sleep and then I will be fired.
You know what?
You gotta do
So
your job. Yeah.
it was, I had no choice. You know them ones. I like, obviously I could have done things differently. I know there's going to be some people that are going to be like, yeah, but you could have just fasted.
Yeah, but
could have just trusted in Allah.
They're
you
not
know
in
them
your
ones.
shoes. They don't know your journey.
They
and
didn't know.
Only Allah knows your struggles and
was
what
real
you
bad.
went through. And I think we all need to remind ourselves that our Creator is the most merciful.
Yes.
And He's always gonna look at your intentions and look at what you're going through. And at the end of the day, Ramadan's not just about fasting, guys. It's about
Exactly.
charity. It's
Exactly.
about acting in good faith. It's about,
Exactly.
you know, even just listening to the Quran can be enough for someone. Each Ramadan is like a chapter in your book, and it's like one Ramadan's going to be chaotic. It's going to
mad.
be a madness.
And my mum wasn't there. She
Yeah.
she had to fly out, look after her mum.
Yeah.
So I had literally no support system.
Yeah.
I don't have any siblings. My dad passed away as well. Like I literally I was by myself with this
Yeah.
kid, and I worked full time. That Ramadan was finished, and I made a dua. I said, Ya Allah, please let next Ramadan be better.
And he did.
And it was. So
No. And I think, you know
this
what?
year will be even better. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
I think
Inshallah.
it's, and you know what? I feel like it's not necessarily a bad thing to feel guilt as well if we haven't been able to, I guess, fulfill to the level or standard we want in Ramadan.
Yeah.
Because I think even in that struggle, there's khair in it. Like, there's actually
Of
goodness
course, yeah.
in actually feeling. So, because I've had Ramadans as well. Like, even last year Ramadan, very heavily in grief, and like I just couldn't connect. I just couldn't.
I
and
get
like
you.
I fasted, but I didn't. Like, I left it thinking, oh my God, and inshallah, make it to the next one soon.
Ameen.
Inshallah. Ameen.
But like, you have this deep desire and craving to meet again with Ramadan because
Yeah.
you're like,
you start to feel sad towards the end, like,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
And then
did
you
I
kind
do?
of crap yourself a little bit because you're like, oh my God, I need to see the next one. Inshallah, I do.
Did I
because
make the most out of it?
did I make the most out of it? And you know, I think like as we get older, like I remember Ramadan where all I had to worry about was I was revising at night and I had to go to get my exams in the morning.
Yeah, I
and
remember
everyone's
that,
on a good
yeah.
vibe, and everyone's giving, everyone's charitable. But now I actually think like, you know, the older you get, the more you realize like yourself as just a normal, like a Muslim, and you're like, oh my God, like I don't know how many Ramadans I have left, but at the same time, like if that's my month of introspection, I'm gonna have it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're a Muslimah, like you said. I think, you know, we always forget that we're just human beings and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he didn't create anyone that was perfect, you know? So really and truly, like, I think, and I made a video about this on social media, and alhamdulillah, I'm so glad it actually related to so many people where, you know, the anxiety that you feel about potentially not meeting the next Ramadan is there because you see people that don't meet the next Ramadan and you never know when your last day on earth will be. So it's kind of like you really,
Exactly.
but at the same time, like, you know, everything happens for a reason and everything is written so perfectly for you. So that Ramadan happened for a reason. That Ramadan, in my eyes, that Ramadan where you felt like very disconnected, that happened for a reason because that was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, you know what, I want my servant to come to me more and make more dua to me. And that's what happened. You made more dua and it allowed you to have a Ramadan that was so bright.
It was beautiful.
You know what, like, it's a hadith. I don't know, I don't want to be inaccurate, but I think it was Umar ibn al-Khattab, where it was about actions having intentions. So your actions about making dua and having that intention to have a Ramadan that's so successful, like it happened. And that shows that, you know, never underestimate the power of du'as. Like never ever underestimate it, honestly.
And you know, Allah doesn't take away everything, right? So maybe you may not have had the connection because you were in grief, Imani, but maybe you might have given a lot of charity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, there's always one or the other.
I
Like,
mean,
I've never been in a
gala,
Ramadan
the
where I've
gala.
had nothing.
Yeah. We were meant to do a charity gala and it didn't go ahead, but we really had the intention to do charity, and I think that is a sign of worship itself.
No, 100%.
You know?
I think worship comes in very different forms than.
Exactly.
I also want to just like give you guys accolades as mothers as well, like doing Ramadan, because that is a form of worship as well that you're giving by looking after your child, but also that is honouring what Allah has given you as well. Do you know what I mean? And you know what? It's so crazy because like, damn, I need to call my mum after this.
Yeah.
No, serious.
But it's because I think to myself, like, my relationship with my mum, I've always seen her as this highly functioning, somewhat anxious individual who's my mother. And I think to myself, I'm like, because she lost my granddad when my brother was only 3 months. That was her first baby as well. And I don't think she's ever, all she said, and I think even though she's born in this country, she obviously the first generation, so she always just say like, I just never got to grieve my dad. I never really understood it, and now I'm thinking she's had so many Ramadans since then, and I know Ramadan is a very grief-stricken time sometimes for a lot of people, because it's that reminder, isn't it? Like, you know, because you're talking about your family and things, like there's a lot of memories that we cherish with Ramadan, and sometimes for some families it's the only time they all sit around the table.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And these kind of things, they're memories that you cherish. And I think to myself, oh my God, my mum had to deal with bringing up 3 kids, carrying a lot, the day-to-day lives of just marriage and building and bills and stuff like that. And I'm like, and yet she still had iftar ready year on year. And
it's like she was
crazy.
on autopilot. Like, that's how it feels like with motherhood sometimes. Like you just don't get a moment to yourself.
Yeah.
And then she's also grieving her dad.
And mum. Like and that's what I think to myself, and I'm like, I do think to myself, like, Ramadan is such a, it's such a moment to reflect, but also a moment of genuine like solidarity and compassion. Because I'm thinking now, like, I'm like, damn, like I just don't know how mum done it all these years.
100%.
You know,
But
I
you know
agree.
what? Your mum's gonna get her reward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Allah is gonna reward every single person for what they've done.
They say that
And-
caring for a child is like ibadah, no?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
It
That's
is
the
so.
thing, like, why are we forgetting
It is,
this?
it
Like,
is.
I remember, like, the reason why when my son was born, when I was telling you guys, I felt so at peace was because that was the first time I really deeped it, and I thought to myself, you know what, Allah has seen what I'm doing,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
I physically cannot pray anyways. I can't go to Tarawih because I'm bleeding for 4 or 5 weeks. Let me just continue doing what I need to do. Allah sees my struggles, and I'm gonna get rewarded for literally keeping this baby alive. Like, and I'm also going through pain. So when you go through pain, you're also erasing your sins. There's so many layers to
Every
motherhood.
tear that you shed,
Your sleep deprivation,
will
all
be
of that
rewarded.
counts.
everything.
The life cycle,
All of it counts.
Parenthood and especially motherhood, and just like I'm thinking of it like because I'm thinking it from the eyes of a child, right? But that's why I have so much respect for you guys as mothers as well. But also I know you guys are also children. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like a baby girl, man.
Yeah, all the baby
Mamacita.
She's a young mamacita.
but no, like I'm just thinking to myself, like it's crazy the life cycle where like your form of ibadah is looking after your child, and then your child's form of ibadah back to you is also a reflection of how well you've raised them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Even when you're in this dunya, you're not. Your
Yeah.
child can continue to honor you,
Yeah.
continue to cherish you, and it's almost that's like the life cycle of ibadah just going round and round. And I'm like, and then even the child being the sadqa jariyah only available for you, it's like it's such a beautiful concept. And like, damn, sometimes,
Allahu
like,
Akbar.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
For real.
But you know how, like, it's also scary in a sense, guys?
It
Because
is,
what's so
yeah.
scary about it is, I don't want to go off track, but like, the other
No.
day I was
No,
talking
we
to my
actually have
daughter.
time.
I was talking to my daughter, and she always mentions my auntie who passed away.
Oh.
And my dad's sister. So that's technically her grandma.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So she'd always like randomly just be like, your daughter passed away. She died. Mommy, where did she go? Like, they're curious, isn't it?
Babies,
So I would always say things like, oh, she's with Allah, like, inshallah, she's in a better place. And then she says to me, Mommy, are we all gonna die one day? And I said, yeah, like, we all gonna go back to Allah one day. And she goes to me, Mommy, I don't want you to die. Right?
Stop.
When I tell you guys, from that day, I was thinking to myself, Ya Allah, keep me alive for as long as possible. Because sometimes I think to myself, what are they going to do if I die? I wasn't thinking about these things before. If I died before, kids, I died, innit? Like, make dua for me and that.
See you guys later.
not in that way, but you know what I mean?
no,
Like,
I hear
when
you,
you have kids, every single day you just want to show up for them. And you just start to think, if I'm not here anymore, how will they cope? I think that's what scares me.
It's a scary thought. I think like
No,
this is
so you
actually
crying, man.
So I can't like it's definitely in my own gas because I don't know where the tissues are.
No, it's scary. It keeps me up at night, man.
It's mad that you
I'm
said
not
that,
even.
Sylvia, because literally like a few days ago, I was making dua in the night and I was saying, Ya Allah, please don't take my mom because I need her. And then I was like, wait a minute, I'm 31 years old and I still need her.
Exactly.
Ya Allah, please don't take me because she's only 6. What is she going to do if I'm not here? She's 6. She has no coping tools.
It's never easy. No
And
matter
I'm
what age.
31 and I don't want my mom to die.
Yeah.
I swear I literally sat there crying for like 2 hours.
no. You know what? It's
It never
a,
gets easier, no matter what age.
Yeah.
It doesn't
swear
get
to God.
easier.
and
it
I just
never
think
gets easier.
like we're human beings, so the concept of even thinking about like the barzakh and all of that, it's such an overwhelming thought. So you when you have your family, when you have your kids, when you have your mum, and you just think that at the end of the day, yes, we're all going to the destination, but one specific destination, but that concept, like,
You can't
it's
fathom
still
it.
so overwhelming and you can't fathom it. And subhanAllah, this topic keeps me up at night.
Oh my
like,
God.
it
It's so
keeps me up
scary.
at night. They say you should only fear Allah, but genuinely, and this is, I think, one of my biggest cons, I fear death so much
I
sometimes.
have death anxiety as well.
I
No,
fear
for
death
real.
so much, subhanAllah,
Yeah.
to the point where like I will cry so much. I'll wake up at 3 a.m. and I'll just start crying because it's such a scare. Because it's like, are you ready to meet your Lord? You don't want to leave your mum. You look after your mum. You want to have kids yourself. Like, for example, I'm not married. I don't have kids. So it's like, subhanAllah, it's really hard to kind of also grip the idea that, yes, Allah's plan is so correct and so perfect, but at the same time, like I want a plan that, you know, I genuinely want, but also at the same time we can change the plan that Allah has written for us, because really and truly du'as can amend that, you know. Allah is the one who decides, so
and also it's just
keep on
your
making du'a.
trajectory of life as well, and how you choose to live life. Like none of us ever have a straight road, none of us always have it all figured out, but sometimes those reality checks, like, it makes me realize that you can't just simply be a wanderer in this world.
exactly,
Like whether it's in your own world or externally, like it kind of does put you back into shift of like, okay, is my purpose that I need to make sure that I'm not that I'm gonna be completely ready, but I'm on the right track. And also in some ways, like, is there somebody out there that I'm waiting to see again? And if they've done it well and they've passed in a very graceful way, I want to also go in a similar way. And how can I do that? Because that's not guaranteed for me just because they've gone that way. Do you know what I mean?
You know, I have death anxiety as well, like real bad.
This is very reassuring for me that
Do you know
I'm
what
hearing
has reignited my death anxiety? I had it before and then it went away, and I didn't think about death for a long time. And then obviously in the bit just before the year started, that car crash that Anthony Joshua was in, and Healthy Mindset, Latif and Sina, Allah yarhamah, like the way that they died and how like abrupt and quick it was, it reignited my death anxiety. And now the first few times I got in a car after that, I was like shits, like I was literally having, like, my stomach was doing up madness. And it, like I said, it reignited the death anxiety, and now I can't stop thinking about it. It's mad. Subhanallah.
I'm going through the same thing. And if anyone else is watching this and is going through the same thing, you're not alone, because for ages I felt very alone, like constantly thinking about the topic, losing sleep, to the point where I'm literally at work and it's a place where you wouldn't even think about something like that, and it will pop in your head and then it will scare you. It will think like, oh my gosh, like, you know, you never know when you can go. You have all these manifestations and du'as, but like subhanAllah, I don't know how you got rid of your death anxiety. I don't know if there's an answer to that.
Do you know how I do it?
I don't know how
I make a dua every time, and I just say, Ya Allah, take me when you're the most pleased with me.
Yes.
And that's the time, like, take me when you're the most pleased with me. And if I'm still here, I know that you're not pleased with me yet. Like, you know the ones I know you're not pleased with me yet. But then the other part of me, you know, the ADHD unserious part of me is like, don't be too serious with the deen, because we don't want Allah to be too happy so that he takes you. And I'm like, just relax, Naz, just relax, you know.
Be careful what you wish for, vibes.
For real.
No, honestly, the death anxiety is so real, guys. Thank you for even bringing this up, because listen, like, sometimes just, especially at night time. Nighttime, I don't know what
it's always at night. Why is it always at night time?
You're gonna wake
I'm
up
on TikTok and I'm seeing what happens in the grave. I'm seeing, I'm like, oh my
But Surah
God.
Mulk, like, how whatever your state you're in now, just remember to read your Surah Mulk. You just read it every single night, listen to it, read it, and subhanAllah, it will become a habit. And then you will be protected.
And you have to remember, we have to remember also that, like, Allah hears everything and sees everything. Do you think, like, while you're having all this death anxiety, you think Allah doesn't know what you're feeling?
Even if you don't vocalize
you know, when
it.
you know, in one of the verses of the Quran says, like, we are closer to you than we are closer.
Allah is closer to you than your jugular vein.
As in, like, and the way Allah loves you, He loves you more than a mother. And this goes full circle back to motherhood, right? And it's like, sometimes you forget about all that mercy, and like, and I talk to Allah like He's a friend. Like, sometimes I'm
definitely
like, Allah,
the way I'm there, my du'a's like,
I'm really scared of death. Like, have mercy.
The casualness is like, crazy in my du'a.
Listen, my nigga, I need help. Wallahi. I'm like, my guy, we need money, please. No, for real. Wallahi, I'm like, brother, what's going on right now? Wallahi. I talk to Allah like Allah is my friend. Wallahi. I literally talk to Allah like Allah is my friend. And I talk to Allah in all the languages I know. Wallahi. For real.
It doesn't hit. It needs to hit
in every language.
But just in case I feel it more passionately in this language. You know them ones?
I hear it.
Well, you know what? That's the perfect way to kind of end the episode. I want to finish it off.
Lighter, but nothing.
It was so dark, but then that just turned into
Is it gone already, the episode?
So
This is why we don't do 1 hour.
This is why we shouldn't do an
sorry.
hour.
Like
but you
that.
know what, inshallah, if you guys want to see a part 2, then let us know, because we can run this up again. I want to, because it's a Ramadan special, I just want to end it on a Quranic, obviously, ayah, which is really, I think, relatable to all of us. So it's in Surah Al-Baqarah, La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha, which is, Allah will not burden a soul more than it can bear. So in this kind of like topic, I want all the mums, all the girls that aren't mums, every single person that's watching this and listening to this to know that whatever you're going through is because you are strong enough to go through it. And, you know, you both of you, honestly, are one of the most strongest women I've ever met in my entire life. Like,
honestly,
genuinely, it's a pleasure.
Privilege to have had you both.
Yes,
Space with us.
genuinely.
We're honoured to have been invited.
So thank you so much.
This was the most wholesome episode.
Yeah, we had tears, we had giggles, we had
For real.
I swear to
was
God,
so
like
wholesome,
this was the
wallahi.
most wholesome.
Listen,
And
guys.
if it helps one person, just one person.
Exactly.
Keep us in
That's
your dua.
exactly what I was
Happy
gonna say.
Ramadan, guys.
Exactly.
You know, we all need it.
But guys, thank you so much. Make sure you guys check out Entry Level Mums on YouTube and Spotify. Yeah.
Follow, run
And
Yes.
Apple Music.
Run and Apple.
Podcasts.
There we go. We need to go on the Apple vibe as well. But guys, make sure you follow them and hit the subscribe button on their channel too. And if you're watching this and you've not hit the subscribe button on our channel, then what are you doing? Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this video, and drop a comment on who you want to see next on the pod. I really hope you are enjoying these Ramadan episodes, because this is for you guys. And inshallah, like I said, if you want to run up another entry level episode, if you guys need this,
Put it in the comments.
put it in the comments and we will deliver. But guys, thank you so much. And yeah, Ramadan Mubarak, everybody.
Ramadan Mubarak.